Coffee on Chaos Managed. Let's talk about little
tiny things.
Specifically a tiny home and
houses.
Could you live in one?
Do you think you could do it? Could you go from your little mega mansion of 3,500 square feet?
Well, I don't have 3,500 square feet.
I never have.
Yeah.
I didn't want to clean that mess.
I could totally, I don't get that.
Okay, no.
I don't get that.
But, think about it. A lot of people, and I might be using that term pretty frivolously, but in areas that I've been, you're talking somewhere between 1,800 and 2,200 square foot was the average for most, that's not everybody, but for a home that you bought, worked your way up to. Could you really turn around and take all your stuff with you and cram it into less than 700 or 800 square feet? No.
Okay.
No, you can't.
My house isn't in the 2000s at all. And I know I couldn't cram all my stuff in there. I'm working on getting rid of my stuff.
Well,
because I'm tired of clutter. I don't like stuff everywhere.
In life.
You don't.
Stuff isn't what it's all about. Having stuff doesn't make your life ever. I mean, there are practical stuffs, but then there are the impractical stuffs that, like that old pressure cooker that's been sitting under the cabinet that great grandma passed down to you. And
now, wait a minute. If you can, you want that.
Yeah, but there's other ways that you can without using a pressure cooker. Isn't there? Can't you use like modern equipment? I don't know.
Then I'd have to get modern equipment.
Well, but an Instant Pot is smaller.
I don't think you can in an Instant Pot.
I don't know.
I know you can make yogurt in one. I haven't done that yet. I'd like to make yogurt.
But anyway, okay. So you don't like my analogy there.
No,
fine.
I didn't like it.
Some other unused thing. The huge soup tureen. Nobody eats soup in your house, but you got it on the cabinet shelf.
My teapot collection. I do. I have a little collection of teapots. It's not teapots. It's teacups.
Yeah,
cups and saucers. I got
you had a few teapots, if I recall.
I did. I don't know what happened to them. I probably got rid of them along the way. Well, you can only have so much stuff.
Well,
but I got this.
Unless you get a storage shed.
Teacups. I got one from an aunt. I got one from Graham. I got one from Graham's good neighbor, Tante Greta. And I just ended up with these things, and they're in a box, stuffed in a closet somewhere. And it's like, I need to get rid of these.
When was the last time they saw the light of day?
Probably about 8 years ago.
I see. When you looked and said, what's in this box?
Exactly. And then I labeled the box teacups and shoved it in a closet.
They haven't been exposed to light.
No,
since.
They haven't. They're well preserved.
Could be.
But my thought to do with these is I'm going to make garden stones out of them. I'm going to take these cups and saucers and kind of make them into mosaic chunks, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
just
make them into garden stones.
Mad. The pieces will be too small.
Shavings. So, the shavings of a cup.
The sparkly dust.
Ooh, I don't even know if they have sparkle in them.
Think about it. There are things you can do with your
most definitely.
Your favorite items that have some level of sentimental value. But think about the other things that you have.
People to take photos. They take photos of their sentimental things.
I told my mother-in-law to do that when she was having to downsize. Because she was...
You could do a mural wall.
Well, she lived all over the world because my father-in-law had been in the Air Force, and she bought stuff at she was a shopaholic. Every place that she had been, it wasn't just one thing. No, we had a few things. And when she had to downsize into something smaller, there was no choice. You couldn't take it all with you, or there wouldn't be any room.
You got to start looking at it and what can I get rid of?
So take pictures. If you want to revisit them that much, look at them. Oh, guess what?
Make a mural wall. Take pictures and then print them out, and you could make a mural wall with all your pictures.
You could.
That'd actually kind of be artsy and cool.
It could. It may not go with everybody's decor, but it's an idea.
It's a thing.
Okay, so there are ways that you can actually not have to cart all your stuff with you and afford a storage unit off-site.
pick and choose. I mean, look in your closet at your clothes.
Do you wear them?
I mean, people have clothes and clothes and clothes and shoes and handbags and scarves and Lord knows what else in there.
Do you wear them?
Exactly.
What's the practicality? If you're retired, what is the practicality of having business casual clothes?
Well, you might need
full.
one decent something.
Well, sure.
In case you have
but if you put on a few pounds, that ain't going to help you.
And I mean, as far as pants go, you probably wear the same handful of pants and the same handful of shirts.
They probably wore the same 5 outfits every single week.
I'm just saying that you have favorites. A lot of stuff. What do you need all those clothes for?
There's a lot of stuff. Okay, you're going to annoy me.
Wow, the annoyance of it all.
It was annoying me.
It was annoying. Okay, so we just didn't want that.
But, really, you need to be able to go through and pair things. And yeah, you have your favorites. And you have to look at it and go, Do I really need this? For me, I don't need this anymore. Somebody else could probably make use of it. Have a garage sale. Put it on a marketplace.
Well, and then you've got that money.
Donation.
You've got that money you can either put into upgrades for your tiny home or put it into an account so that you can have experiences instead of stuff.
Now let's look at the idea of the town, this little tiny home thing, because it's not so much about having to give up so many things, because you're not really giving up stuff because you're not using it.
You're making choices.
You have to look at what they offer in tiny homes, and there are some that tend to make me go, missed it by this much.
And I'll tell you, everybody's probably wondering, why are you people looking at tiny homes to begin with?
Why not? Expense for one.
We had looked at that because our long-term goal down the road when Couch Talk really takes off and gets going. So we need you people to like and follow and share with your friends so that we can actually
share with your enemies for all I care.
Share with everybody. Doesn't matter if you like them or hate them. Just share it, because our ultimate goal is a tiny home village for homeless vets.
Exactly.
Both of our husbands are disabled veterans, and we see that there is a huge need for help for our veterans. There should not be any homeless vets.
No,
there shouldn't be.
They have special situations,
and they do.
Cases, and
they need.
This was our ultimate goal to create a village. So we started looking into the tiny homes. Now,
yes, we did.
Now let's get back to
the wonders of the tiny home.
Pet peeves. Well, I only have 3 things that are, they're not something that cannot be overcome. Changes that need to be made.
Yeah, there's things that can be.
One of the things that I have noticed was some of them, not all of them, they only have one entrance in and out of the house.
Yes.
And granted, you in the back, there's probably egress windows and such. There has to be. Fire code.
There has to be.
You would think.
Well,
but if you're disabled, a lot of times when you're looking at these things, it's somebody that's downsizing. So you're looking at getting older. Are you going to want to climb up on top of your chest of drawers to get that window open that you haven't opened since the day you moved in?
And so that's how Grandma broke her hip.
Because she had to fall out the window, ended up on the ground.
What if we made said egress window
5 foot in the air,
an egress window door? We could coin a new one, a windor. A windor.
Well, yeah, because there's some of them that you see, they have these almost floor to ceiling windows in them, which are beautiful. I love the amount of light you get from them.
But you still have that drop, so Granny would still be opening up that windor and going,
but if you know that's a windor, and you'd put stairs.
Well, you'd think, but then do you want stairs to a window outside? No, it's much more practical to have a door, and then you can have a nice little patio or something.
Well, and some of them do that. Bedroom. They have the door off the bedroom in the back.
They do.
And then you have a nice little sitting area so that if you want to go out in the morning, especially if you got a picturesque landscape to look at.
I've seen people that have little mini hot tubs out there.
I have no use for a hot tub.
And it's like, well, it's too hot out here for a hot tub.
I don't care.
I don't need one.
Hot, cold, nope.
We had one up north when we were stupid enough to move up there.
They fall in the line with the idea of a tub. You're sitting in hot water and your own nasty. Nope.
Well, they do have chemicals that
I
you
know.
put into it to clean them.
But still,
Much like a swimming pool.
one more thing that has to be taken care of, maintained. It's an
that's
expense
exactly
I
what it
don't
is.
need.
It's maintenance.
Mhm.
More maintenance.
Well, not only
And the
maintenance, but then
object
you
of a
have
tiny
to
home-
electricity that you're spending to
they
run
are a
the
lot.
jets.
They are a lot to run.
Yeah.
But when you're downsizing, you're looking at a tiny home.
You're wanting to
the
save
object
money.
is less
crap.
so that you can go
Less
have
maintenance.
more experiences.
But think about it. You go from, say, a 1,500, 2,000 square foot home down to something that's 800 square feet or less. You don't have all that junk to have to clean.
That's true.
That's a nice add.
Yes.
Okay, so we talked about the door issue, and there's the solve
And
for
there's
it.
fixes. Yeah, there's fixes for that.
The other one I really dislike a lot is that loft.
The second story. Oh, yes, the second story. I don't like that.
It's a loft because it's a shallow ceiling area.
Well,
if you have 4
some
foot
of them
peak,
have those tiny little stairs that you have to maneuver up, and it's
some
like
of them
Granny
have
ain't
some
doing
nice
that.
stairs that I've
Well,
seen
yes,
too.
there are some with nice
But
ones, but
if you're
Granny
gonna
ain't
do a
going
loft,
up them
you need the
stairs.
ceiling height.
She's just not.
No, you're not
do.
crawling around up there
No.
because that's a
I mean, it
pretty
would be
good
great
space
for storage.
It's not like you're crawling up the stairs so you can reach to the back and grab something. No, you have to get in there and crawl around. And I see where people will go, "Oh, I
The
love this space.
bedroom.
It's great for reading, for doing my work." I'm sitting there thinking,
How you doing
you're
that?
sitting cross-legged on the floor.
It's like,
And you're sitting in front of your
I like
computer.
the ones that throw
No.
the mattress on the floor. This is a great space for the
This
bed.
is my bedroom.
Oh, yeah, sit up.
So that you can have the ceiling 6 inches from your nose
I know.
all night long.
That's
and then you have to get up in the middle of the night and you forget about
you
the
whack
ceiling.
your head. No,
And then, of course,
happening.
because you're stumbling around half dazed, you fall down the stairs
I
and you
don't
break
think
a hip.
you're not stumbling. You're crawling on your hands and knees because the ceiling's not tall enough to stand
that's
up
where
in.
you have to have the little lever that changes the stairs and they flatten out. It's a slide.
That would be fun. Then you could throw the kids up there. That would be
Of course,
fun.
you need a mattress or something on the opposing wall so they don't go through.
And there's the broken hip again.
Darn it! Okay, so we're
We've
nixing
eliminated.
that.
That's two of them.
It's
yeah,
just
that's two.
it's just a waste. It
Yes.
really is. Even for storage, it's a waste.
I agree.
You're better off finding other ways to store things. Like if you choose to have a couch that's not a pull-out, you can get couches that have a little bit legs to them, so you can have
they've
like a
got
drawer.
They do. They have the pull-out drawer underneath there.
It's
Ottoman storage.
a good storage.
Ottoman.
Yep, an ottoman. The way that you lay things out themselves to create your spaces, because you don't need a dining room table
Well,
if you have a peninsula.
You need to put a little bit more thought
You do.
into how you want your place.
Right.
And-
Right. The other thing,
But it's doable.
guys, you need to put a place for the vacuum and the mop. I don't care how tiny your home is, you still got to clean it.
Yeah. I did notice that.
A
in
lot of them
looking
don't
through
have
them.
it.
A lot of them don't have that. But the one that we really liked, it did have a space if we would have changed
We
a
had
few
to
things.
redo the doors
yeah.
on that. They had a long wall pantry, which would have been great because it wasn't
But there was
super deep.
2 foot that you had to like reach behind.
Who's
the wall
doing
to get
that? Because you're not
Yeah, that
skinny
just
in back
wasn't-
there, because ain't nobody that skinny.
No.
Even Lorna's not that skinny.
No.
Although she might be. I don't know. But
She could probably hide in there.
it would be better. I know you had your thoughts on it. I had my thoughts on
I
it.
said bifold doors because
And then-
those things are skinny enough you
Yeah.
can just pop it open.
And my thought was there would be more door panels that you could just do magnetic closure and pop open the doors.
Or, you could probably get away with barn door maybe. If you got the ones that telescoped out as it opened.
Yeah, but then
Um,
you're also coming into your walkway space. That I don't know.
Well, how much walkway
know.
space? If you're the only one that's in there or there's only 2 people in there,
Well, that's true.
how much walkway space do you need?
It's true. You're not getting much to begin with, so there's that. I like the barn door things. But
I
you
do like
gotta
the barn door
those
things.
were the 3 things that were icky. And everybody looks at them and goes, "Oh, but they're too small. Where are we going to entertain?
Outside,
Do we really
patio.
entertain that many people? Really?
Well, see, and that's just it. I
Is
hear
your
all these
house
people.
that big?
But think about this. What do? You're watching
Football.
Buy Your Beach Home. Buy
Oh.
Your Beach Home.
Oh,
and
that
everybody's
thing.
going out. Everybody's going out as the realtor is taking them around, and they're like, this is really great, but this kitchen is just kind of,
Or they
where
talk about
are we going
the
to
entertainment. Oh, this is
entertain?
great for entertainment.
I would like to ask each one of those people, how often do you really entertain?
And is there any
Christmas,
reciprocity?
Easter?
That's what I want to know.
well,
Are you
yeah.
the sucker that's always stuck hosting?
I say that when you get to be a certain age and you decide to downsize, go out to dinner.
Well, you know, and this is why, like we were talking about, you've got off the front, because when you get any of these tiny homes, it's just the box. That's what you're getting. When you see them, they've got the extensions off the front, off the back. I had actually seen a couple that they had theirs and they did a walkthrough. They had a big front porch put on their thing that had this humongous picnic table area on it.
They have some really nice TV set
that was all screened in. But then off of that, down the whole side of it, they had an expanse that came off the side of the house. They had a nice sitting area out there, and they had their fire pit. I mean, and then they had another one that it wrapped all the way around that went into another screened area that was off the back bedroom. So they created their outdoor space. And we were also talking about these mostly are raised, like the idea of manufactured housing, how they're raised.
Yes.
Think about underneath all of that,
how much
you can create storage areas.
Think about an RV. Think about the under storage in an RV. Now just create that in one of these homes.
And I mean, granted, you want to have it done in a way that you can proof it from rodents and such, because those little critters are out there.
They're everywhere.
Them suckers get into everything.
They do.
So, but you can, it is a doable.
It's very doable.
It's the same thing with, you don't need to have the storage garage, because if you're in a tiny home, you got a little bit of lawn maintenance you might need to do. Well, you put the lawnmower underneath your thing. Get the one with the collapsible handle. It's electric.
Or because you've saved so much money, you go in with other people in your little tiny village and you get somebody to do it.
Landscapers.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it. But I really can see.
Well, and that's something that we had talked about with our village. When we put that together, we would create jobs for the veterans, because everybody needs to have that sense of worth.
Well, the idea of the whole with the village,
everybody pitches in and helps everybody else out. It's,
you know, because some people, it's a case that they're homeless for a specific reason. It's temporary, and they need the hand
up.
And it would afford them the ability to come in, maybe learn some new skills, get on their feet. And rather than
meet other people in the community that are like-minded,
or get experience on site so that they have a marketable skill.
And some might want to just buy their little tiny home
more long
stay there, just live there.
Yeah, and then because part of the idea we were talking about was having things on site that would offer opportunities to create little businesses that would be open to the public.
You know,
like a little fresh market
village, fresh market kind of thing,
or even
little cafe.
Shops where they can do repair work, like small engine repair, you know, things like that.
Well, it would just depend on the skill of anybody that was coming in and the need. You know, skill, interest, need.
Yep.
And then we also thought we wanted in proximity to either a VA or a VA clinic,
right? So
that there would be a shuttle that could take them
to appointments
if they have that need, if they can't.
Well, and of course, where we're located, where we're looking at it, we're close enough to a clinic.
Yes.
And then we're in a very close drivable distance that would go to the hospital.
Yeah.
That we could afford to have a shuttle service in order to help them, because let's face it, when you're trying to get back on your feet again, you don't necessarily have a car.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
But you know, these villages, living tiny is very doable.
Oh, it is.
In my opinion,
I think it really is.
It eliminates
it's doable.
It makes life a little bit more affordable, because let's face it, when you retire, you don't have that. If you're the fortunate one that you're making 6 figures or better a year and you've got 2 of you doing it, maybe you put money away that you got all kinds of money laying around. But didn't you plan on wanting to go and do things like travel? Why do you want to leave behind some mausoleum that you're going to have somebody watching?
Give it to the kids.
Well, sell a sucker.
Well, exactly.
Use the money.
Sell it, use the money, get your little tiny home. And then go have experiences. Go enjoy those twilight years.
Exactly. Because let's face it, that time creeps up on you quickly.
Who does?
And not everybody has the funding in all situations for those kind of lifestyles. If you're, might be the average Joe, you work, you paid your bills, and all you really have is Social Security left to you. Wouldn't it be more intelligent to have less expense for your overhead?
And how many people are stuck in that situation where all they have is their meager Social Security to live on,
right?
And this house that's paid for, so they're trapped in it.
Yeah. Well, because everybody's thought is, I have the house. Well, either they want to leave it to the kids, but the other thing that has come about is they would downsize to something smaller. But when they bought their house, the house was very reasonably priced, and they ended up moving on and looking into things now with the escalation in values. It financially doesn't make sense for them.
No, it doesn't. But if you look into downsizing to a tiny home,
it's a whole different story.
It's much more feasible.
It is.
Because then you would have that chunk.
And depending on how it's built, a lot of them are looked at and treated like a manufactured home, and it's a trailer.
It's a trailer, so they get a tag because
your property taxes
it is not a house.
And so the savings is really there. Your electricity is going to be less. It just financially it could very well make sense.
It could very well be a good thing.
I think I could do it.
I think I could do it. Let's do it.
I think maybe someday. Could be.
Well, I got to start paring away stuff. Things have to go first.
Yeah, kids that need to get the heck out of my house.
Yeah, well,
it'll happen.
It will. Anyway, okay, well, there we go.
Tiny house, tiny living.
You live in a tiny home?
Really?
Drop us a line. Let us know.
Check us out on couchtalk.com and see all the rest of the fun stuff that we got going on out there.
Yeah, you can always donate to the Comfy Couch, because we've got that out there just to keep the lights on and get us going. And to get the Tallulah Village one step closer, we need to get into a nonprofit. Right. We need to buy property. We need to start the ball rolling on that. And that all starts with help from y'all.
The outside.
There we go. Coffee is on.
Chaos managed.
That's Couch Talk.